In this video, I'm going to show you some of the things you can do in Osaka for the first time, from the major spots to some of my favorite local spots. I'm also going to show you how you can do all of this for under $50. Good morning! So I decided to work and stay in Osaka for a few weeks last year, and this is the hotel I stayed at, which I'll show a little bit later, but it was near Tsutenkaku Tower, and I thought this would be the perfect place to start the video. First, head to your nearest Osaka metro station to purchase your 1 or 2 day Osaka pass. This pass gives you unlimited rides on most of the buses and trains and gets you into more than 40 sightseeing spots all around Osaka. And no, this video is not sponsored, I just thought it was a great deal that I had to share. Now that I have my Osaka 1 day pass, this is the first stop. Start your morning off at this retro neighborhood in Osaka. Shinsekai is one of the most popular areas for tourists to visit when they're in Osaka. And while I usually try to avoid tourist spots, I think this place is still worth coming to if it's your first time. It's a fun place to visit and it's always lively even during the day. Anyway, there are a lot of shops, restaurants, and things to do here, so I recommend spending 2 to 3 hours while you're here. And don't be surprised seeing people drinking all day long. But hey, don't forget we have the Osaka Pass, so let's take advantage of it and go up Tsutenkaku Tower, the symbol of Shinsekai. Once the staff has scanned your pass, you get your ticket and you line up to go up. You can also go on the slide and slide down the tower, however this is only included in our pass on the weekdays. Once you take the elevator up to the observatory deck, which is 88 meters above the ground, you can get a great view of the entire city of Osaka from here. You can even see the tallest skyscraper in Japan from here. It usually costs 900 yen for adults to go up the tower, however admission is free with your 1 day pass. If you pay an extra 500 yen, you can go up to the open-air observatory deck. Oh, that looks so scary, that little boy's doing it. Oh. I also gave it a try, but it's actually a lot scarier than it looks. Oh my gosh, it's quite scary. I can't film and do this. That looks like it. There's also a park right next door which has a Japanese garden, museum, and a zoo. So if you have some extra time, why not take a stroll around here? And if you have kids, this is a great place to take them as well. In the spring, the park is also a great place to come to see the cherry blossoms. After checking out the park, I decided to head back to Shinsekai for lunch. Most of the restaurants here are a little bit touristy since this is a major tourist spot, however there are a few that locals also go to as well. This is a pretty good local spot in Shinsekai. I picked this little restaurant here that was right next to the tower. There were a lot more Japanese tourists at other restaurants, but this one seemed like they were more local, so I decided to try it out. Probably heard of takoyaki and okonomiyaki, but have you heard of kushikatsu? It's also a very popular dish in Osaka. They deep fry anything from meat to vegetables to even ice cream and sweets and cream cheese. The biggest difference between kushikatsu and tempura is that tempura doesn't get covered in breadcrumbs like kushikatsu does. The texture is definitely closer to tonkatsu than tempura. It's got a nice crunch to it and very delicious. You can get a variety like I have here. I've got some chicken and some vegetables, and you can even get pickled ginger. Ooh, that's spicy. Not my favorite, but you know, you can try anything you like. You usually dip this in the sauce, but here they give you this so you can't double dip. Probably because of COVID reasons. But you dip it in the sauce, it's kind of like sweet savory, and this is my favorite. Next, we're going to hop on the train with our pass that gives us unlimited rides on all the metro trains. Yay! Also, fun fact, in Osaka people stand on the right side of the escalator, whereas in Tokyo we stand on the left. If you come to Osaka, you probably also want to see Osaka Castle, one of the most famous castles in all of Japan. There's also a museum inside, and if you go to the top you get a nice view of Osaka. Also, at 6 AM every morning, the locals gather outside of Osaka Castle to do their morning stretches. So this could be a pretty interesting time to visit Osaka Castle if you can wake up that early. Another great time to see Osaka Castle is during the sunset. It's absolutely breathtaking here, but on this day I wanted to see the sunset somewhere else, so let's go there now. We're going to visit the Umeda Sky Building, which consists of 2 towers that are connected with each other by the floating garden observatory on the 39th floor. We came at a good time. It's nearly sunset. It's, what time is it? 5? Nearly 5. The observatory gives great views of the city through its big windows and from its open-air deck. So that was the escalator I went up. And then this is the outdoor viewing area. The architecture here is amazing, so you can also appreciate that while you enjoy the view of the city. We made it just in time for the sunset. And it's gone. Wow, that was fast. There was also an art museum in the same building, so we thought why not go check it out and make the most of our Osaka pass. At night, we headed towards Dotonbori. I couldn't do a first-timer's guide to Osaka without adding Dotonbori, right? Dotonbori is probably the most popular tourist spot in Osaka. It's like you can't go to Osaka without checking out Dotonbori. There's just so much happening here and a lot of street food, which I've covered in my other videos. Bright signs, neon lights, hundreds of back alleys. This is the place to go to at night in Osaka. Since I had my Osaka pass, I decided to do the Dotonbori cruise. It was nice not having to book in advance since there were cruises leaving every 15 minutes or so. It was around a 20-minute guided boat cruise and we went along Dotonbori River. They're taking videos of us, we're taking videos of them. While it is fun to eat on the main street of Dotonbori, the restaurants here are a little bit overpriced and for tourists. So I would recommend walking a little bit further from the busy area of Dotonbori, and then you'll find Ura Namba, which basically means the back streets of Namba. This place is one of my favorite places to go drinking and eating in Osaka. It's a small area, so if you have a walk around, you'll find some pretty cool restaurants. I know it looks a little bit intimidating going into these local shops, which are tiny and sometimes you can't even see what's inside. But trust me, once you go in, everyone's really nice, especially Osaka people. I met up with my friend who lives in Osaka and we decided to hop around to some of these restaurants. There are so many hidden gems in the back streets of Namba, and I love how sometimes they're in the most randomest place. We first went to a small yakitori standing restaurant. 何ですかそれは？ステッカーです。ありがとうございます。The staff at the shop was super friendly and the chicken skewers were so good. Don't be scared about going into these shops without knowing a word of Japanese. Now that we have our phones, Google Translate, and a bit of gestures and pointing, and an open mind, that's all you need to have a fun night. We're gonna end the night off with a nice, relaxing bath in this hot spring. Let's go. I can't actually take you guys in with me, but let's go to the entrance. So at the end of the day, we spent just a little under $50, but we got to visit so many spots, and you can even go cheaper with food if you're on a tight budget. I hope you enjoyed this first timer's guide to Osaka, and now I'm gonna go enjoy my bath. Also, as promised, here's a little room tour of the hotel I stayed in near Tsutenkaku Tower. So you walk in and then you have the toilet on one side and then the bathroom on the other. It's nice that the toilet isn't together with the bathroom. You've also got a washing machine, which is super helpful if you stay here long term. And then on this side you have the kitchen. So this is nice because it comes with everything. You've got all the basics that you need, like pots, pans, utensils, and dishes. And you have the living room. And then over here is the bedroom. So it's very, very spacious and it's very clean and nice to stay in. And from the balcony, you can see Tsutenkaku over there. I hope you guys enjoyed this first timer's guide to Osaka, and I'll put out another video showing more of the local side. See you in my next one!